Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. We are back again with another video. Boosie exploiting TAKEOFF for clout on VladTV. Showing fake love. Plus, Prince family paid for funeral. I don't know, but let's talk about it. Let's find out exactly what's going on, because I've seen this particular clip and I want to address this one as well. As you know, it's coming on to about a month and still there are no suspects, no arrests. But everybody's making music, everybody's dropping new songs. We seen Gucci Man put out a song. And now your boy Boosie, Boosie got a song out too. It seems like everybody's trying to gain some clout off of TAKEOFF's death. Everybody's trying to restart their careers off of TAKEOFF's death. You don't notice that? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, your boy Boosie. Showing fake love. So let's react to this particular video, find out exactly what's going on, because there's a lot of things in here that I want to address, because based on this interview, Vlad suggested that the Prince family paid for the funeral. That's what he said. That's not what I said. So you're telling me that the Prince family rented out the State Farm Arena. Then it's no surprise that Drake was there. It makes it even more worse if they rented it out, because it was rented out pretty fast, to say the least. When you really think about it, to rent out an arena that quick and have all those people come there and put it together that fast seems to have been planned from the beginning. You just can't rent out an arena that fast. Have all the decorations and everything ordered already, quick, that fast. But let's get into the tape. Let's find out what Boosie have to say. Because everybody's trying to gain some clout and nobody's concerned about this man's death. And there's a lot of fake love, man. A lot of fake love, man. You're going to see it in this interview here. Let's get into this thing.
Well, a dice game mixed in with an argument with a bunch of dudes that you don't really know. Once the internet started doing its investigations, one of the guys that was there found some old tweets where he was hating on Quavo and talking shit about him. Some sort of argument came out. We don't really know what happened yet. There's lots of videos and so forth, but I'm sure within the next week or two, they're going to announce and basically say what happened.
Really? They're going to announce in the next 2 weeks? That's what you believe, Vlad? How do you know that? How do you know that? You were there? You got the inside scoop on what's going on? See, we already done know what happened. Somebody was sacrificed. And all these cats in the industry are too busy making songs, but nobody ain't making phone calls to Quavo to find out what's going on. But you'll get mad at me for making the videos. For some odd reason, the video guy, he's the problem, right? Not the people who killed TAKEOFF. They're good. They're protected.
And I know that Jay Prince and his family are hurting over it. I know they brought flowers and everything to TAKEOFF's funeral. Thought it was really dope how they rented out the whole State Farm Arena.
Wow. So according to VladTV, he said that the Prince family rented out the State Farm Arena. Can anyone confirm that with a 1 in the chat? Because if that's true, it makes this situation far, far worse. That's what VladTV said, not me. This is craziness, man. This is nuts. But anyway, is everything going on with the stream? I need to know with a 1 in the chat because I'm seeing some things jumping on my screen and I don't know if everything is okay. So if you're in the stream, let me know with a 1 in the chat if everything is good on your end. Because my chat just totally disappeared on me. I don't even know where it is now. Let me see what's going on here. This is amazing. Let me see. All right, I see some 1s. On my end, the entire stream just totally blanked out, so I don't know. All right, so I see people have 1s in the chat. Okay, so Vlad is basically saying that the Prince family paid for the funeral, rented out the arena. I don't know if that's true. If it's true, then that makes this matter even worse. That means that it's a sign of guilt. It's the sign of, you know, we did TAKEOFF dirty, so we're going to just pretty much pay for this thing because we know we took his life, allegedly. Let me rewind that back because you got to hear that again.
You say what happened. And I know that the Jay Prince and his family are hurting over it. I know they brought flowers and everything to TAKEOFF's funeral. Thought it was really dope how they rented out the whole State Farm Arena to do a funeral for him. Did you go?
Nah, I ain't go.
How you ain't go, Boosie? How is it that Boosie did not go to the funeral? But you acting like you got mad love for this brother. You acting like you really cared about this brother. But you ain't go to his funeral? See, this is what I mean about fake love. You can't trust none of these people, man. You know about his funeral, but you didn't go. Now, check out his excuse for not going. Y'all got to peep the game. Y'all got to understand what's going on so that y'all can realize how sick these individuals are.
My uncle had died that morning.
Cap.
I just been having death like a motherfucker. My uncle died the morning of TAKEOFF funeral.
Your uncle died?
The night before TAKEOFF funeral.
Oh, man. You guys were close?
Yeah.
How did he die?
He has CBD, that breathing shit. Yeah.
So let me get this straight, Boosie. You're suggesting that someone in your family died the day before TAKEOFF, right? That's your excuse of not attending the funeral, but you got all this love, right? You've been inspired to even make a song about this situation. I find this, you're a good actor. I'll give you that. You're a good actor. I mean, you need a little more acting training, but you're a good actor. You know how to convince people on camera that you really care about this. But what's interesting about this is that you weren't at the funeral, right? But you had time to do this. Isn't that interesting? You had time to make a song called Rocket Man, right? Which gathered you about a good 750,000 views, released, wow, November 14th. Very convenient, right? After a man's death. See, it seems like everybody's trying to gain that clout all of a sudden. but you ain't have no time to go to the funeral, but you had time to go to the studio. Right? So let me get this straight. You didn't have no time to go to the funeral, but you had time to go to the studio, even though your alleged family member died. That's what you want us to believe. Please stop the cap. So you're making money off of this man's death by titling your song Rocket Man. And you disabled the comments on your video. Why you disabled the comments? What's going on? Were people in there roasting you? You ain't attend this funeral, but you had time to attend the studio. I'm telling you, man. These cats is fake, bro.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for your loss.
Now, that's his excuse to get out of the picture here. Let's rewind that back.
Oh, man. You guys were close? The whole State Farm arena to do a funeral for him. Did you go?
Nah, I ain't go.
Why? Why?
My uncle had died that morning.
That's his excuse. That's his excuse to dodge the question. The question was pretty simple. Why you ain't go? Like, did you go? I mean, you got all this love, all this talk to say about this brother. I mean, you would expect that, you know, Boosie, the man that said that he is responsible for making TAKEOFF laugh all the time, you would expect him to show up to the funeral, pay his respects. But no, not this guy. He was at the studio.
Funeral for him. Did you go?
Nah, I ain't go. My uncle had died that morning. I just been having death like a motherfucker.
You been having death like what, but you're smiling, bro? You're smiling while saying that. Fam, you're not even mourning the loss of your so-called loved one. I don't even believe your story, fam. I don't believe that story. Could anybody confirm that story? Could anybody confirm that this man actually lost a loved one during the same time? Could anybody confirm that? Because, you know, it's a real tough question. And if you lied about this, bro, because here's the thing. If what you're saying is true, Boosie, if you had a loved one that died a day before TAKEOFF and you couldn't attend TAKEOFF's funeral, then what you're simultaneously saying is that you were at the funeral of your loved one. Do we have any receipts that you were even there? Or are you just making up this story for the cameras? Because see, I could read between the lines. I'm reading the temperature in the room. If you ain't have no time to be there at TAKEOFF's funeral, what you're suggesting is that you were at your uncle's funeral or whoever's funeral. But do we got receipts that this actually took place? Because, you know, everybody nowadays is lying. You can't really trust none of these folks, fam. You really can't.
My uncle died the morning of TAKEOFF funeral.
So let me get this straight. Now he says, check this out. He said the uncle died the morning of TAKEOFF's funeral. So now we gaining a little more context. So Boosie's uncle died, according to him, the morning of TAKEOFF's funeral. The question was, did you go? Before your uncle died, Boosie, did you make plans to attend TAKEOFF's funeral? See, this is why I keep telling you, fam, you got to read the temperature in the room. The question was, did you go? Now, the way to answer the question is, I was preparing to go. I was supposed to link up. I spoke to this person and that person, which can confirm that I actually prepared to go. but I had an unfortunate situation in my family that pulled up on the same exact day. But no, he ain't do that. He just threw out the fact that, oh, his uncle died right before the funeral of TAKEOFF to justify why he didn't go. That's all cap. He's lying. He's lying. I could look at him and I can tell he's lying. These guys are professional liars in the industry, man.
Your uncle died?
The night before TAKEOFF funeral.
Oh, man.
The night before. So were you going to TAKEOFF's funeral? Did you make plans to go to the man's funeral? Answer the question. You ain't make plans to go because you didn't know the man. Why would you go? You didn't know that man. But you had time to release music. You had time to go to the studio. Makes a lot of sense.
You guys were close?
Yeah.
How did he die?
What? You don't know? That should be able to be released from your vocal cords immediately. You should know. If you know this person.
He has CBD, that breathing shit. Yeah.
You mean the same thing that eventually you're gonna get due to all the smoking and everything else? You mean that? So you haven't learned the lessons, right? You haven't looked at your relatives and your family and realized that they're all dying. And you're basically following in their footsteps. You haven't learned anything from that. Right? Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for your loss.
Now it's I'm sorry for your loss. So now what that does, it excused him from not attending TAKEOFF's funeral because we should all feel sorry for Boosie now. Do you see how the emotions come in? This is what they do. They have to give you something to get you emotional. See, I'm not emotional. I think 100% logic. I don't care about none of that extra sentimental stuff. You're over here promoting music, fake love, like you really cared about TAKEOFF, but you didn't have no time to go to his funeral. You could have went to his funeral. You could have went to his funeral. It doesn't matter who died. You could have went there and showed your respect. You in the industry. Why you ain't go? Because someone in your family died? So let me get this straight. Somebody in your family dies, everything stops, right? Everything stops. Could anybody confirm what Boosie was doing on the day of the funeral? Was he on IG Live? Was he doing anything on Instagram? Was he doing anything in the public that anybody could confirm that he was doing? Because if you were, then that proved that you lying even more. Because I already know you lying. Let's get back to the tapes.
R.I.P. Levy, dog.
Yeah. Well, you actually did a song for TAKEOFF called Rocket Man.
Wow.
Yeah, doing real good too, man.
Notice he said the song is doing real good. Y'all see that? Song is doing real good. Translation, my money is doing real good. So you're exploiting TAKEOFF's death for clout. That's what you're doing. You're exploiting this man's death. Gucci Man put out his song. He's getting rich, jump-starting his career. Boosie making music, jump-starting his career. Wow.
Real good. I just tweeted to Elon Musk, I need the rocket space. I need SpaceX. He didn't tweet me back, so I don't know. I'm gonna find me a rocket. I'm gonna find me something.
He's kind of busy right now. Twitter's a disaster right now. You know, everyone's quitting and, you know, and they're about to turn the lights off and everything. So he's a little busy, but,
you see the smiles on his face? Did I look like somebody that got love and care about TAKEOFF? He's more concerned about promoting the music. He's concerned about that song that he's releasing. He's trying to get his name on the map off of TAKEOFF's blood. That's what he's doing right now.
I'm going to tell you this honestly, and I listen to pretty much all your stuff. Rocket Man is the best song you put out in years.
Wow. Do you see how VladTV is being used by them boys too to help promote Boosie? By saying this is the best song you put out of all your music. Wow, isn't that amazing? So this is Boosie's first, pretty much best of the best song that he ever put out. And it was stamped approved by VladTV. Isn't that amazing? So it's no longer about TAKEOFF's death. It's now about music. Now, ain't nothing wrong with making music. Ain't nothing wrong with having a song, but let's just think about this. This man is dead, and these artists are not out there trying to find out who killed them. They're out there trying to promote new albums to gain some clout, gain some new followers, get their numbers up. You know what I mean? Everything is monetized. Nothing is going back to the family. Nothing is going to no charity. Nothing is going towards, and it's going to their pocket. Under the guise of TAKEOFF. So everybody's getting paid now. Everybody's doing their thing, right? And these are the people who claim they're close. These are the people who claim they got love for him, right? And he's going to release more music too.
You like it?
Wow.
I like it. I love it, actually. I love it. Between the beat and the way you're spitting and what you're saying on it. And you know me, I'm honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just, I don't praise it.
It was just verses. Yeah, when I put it together, it was just verses.
Do you see how it jumped off of TAKEOFF and now it's all about Boosie now? You see how the promotion goes? This is how it works. Again, Boosie is exploiting the death of TAKEOFF by promoting music, right? New song that he made, and he's promoting that to gain clout off of TAKEOFF's death. He's not trying to help in the investigation. He's not making phone calls asking Quavo what went wrong. He's more concerned with, hey, Vlad, how do you like my music? Do you think it's good? And Vlad promoted it by saying, yeah, one of your best songs ever. Isn't that amazing? He got the comments off and everything. But Ringo, by you talking about it, you're promoting his song. No, I'm not promoting his song. I don't buy his music. I don't listen to his music. Do you understand me? I'm reporting the news. I'm not a part of his team. Do you understand me? What I'm trying to show you is the fact that these guys, they have this fake love that they demonstrate in the public eye as if though they really care about TAKEOFF, but really they don't. None of these rappers really care about him. They're happy that he's gone because it gives them the opportunity to go into the studio, make music that under normal circumstances nobody would even listen to. But because it has something to do with TAKEOFF, they figure, yo, man, I'm gonna support this brother, man. I'm telling you, that's why everybody going crazy over Gucci. Gucci Man had a whole music video, song, and everything done. Quick. How? How could you have something edited and prepared that quick after a man died? You don't got no shame? It's crazy, man. Let's get back to the tapes.
You know, I couldn't find a hook for it. It was just like two hard ass verses. Cause I'm putting together an album now where I'm doing all 3 verses and long verses and shit like that. That's gonna drop. And I was trying to find a thing and I scrolled down my motherfucking Instagram while I'm riding it. All I saw was rockets, bro.
So all you saw was rockets. No, all you saw was dollar signs. not rockets. Do you see how he's using TAKEOFF's image and likeness to promote what he's doing? He really don't care about TAKEOFF. And shout out to everybody in the chat that's joining the show. As you come in the building, make sure you click the like button. He don't really care about TAKEOFF. He's interested in that dollar. He's interested in jumpstarting his career. That's what he's really focused on right now.
And that motherfucker came to me, Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
And that's how it came. Scrolling the thing, looking at TAKEOFF, and the hook just came.
So, scrolling through your timeline, seeing issues with TAKEOFF, that gave you the motivation to name the song and make the song, right? That's what you're saying, Boosie. Why are you being fake, bro? You should just come out in the public and say, look, fam, I don't got no love for TAKEOFF. I'm just trying to do this music, man. I'm trying to get this bread. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to use the situation that happened to him to, you know, get myself in the studio. Hopefully I can make a new album. You know what I mean? Keep this money coming in, man. Who cares if he died, man, at the end of the day? Just come out in the public and say that, bro. Because I could read through the lines. You don't really care about this man.
But if you listen to the music, the words, it's all about what's happening wrong in the world. It's all about, and it was perfect because it's like, you know, it shit make you want to jump on a rocket and leave.
So it makes you want to jump on a rocket and leave. So all of a sudden now you want to talk about all the issues going on in the world. But before TAKEOFF died, you didn't have that song. You didn't care about nothing. You weren't interested in what's going on in the world. But now that TAKEOFF is dead, now you find it in you to make a song about what's going on in the world when you also contribute to what's going on in the world. You're a contributor to the madness. Remember Duke the Jeweler? Remember that? Yeah, so you're essentially a part of what's going on in the world. So if people want to jump on a rocket and leave, it should be because of you. So Boosie, where's all the money gonna go now? The money that you're gonna make off of that song, where's it going? I mean, you got over 700,000 views. You know how much that equals in dollars? You made probably about a good $30,000 off that one video already. Come on, Boosie. Did you send that money to a charity, some sort of organization that helps kids or? No, of course not. You're gonna use that to buy some weed, you know, buy some jewels. Not from Duke the Jeweler because he's gone, remember? You're gonna most likely go to the Johnny guy for some new jewelry, right? Isn't it amazing?
You know, like, you know, TAKEOFF, he was all over my Instagram and it just came. So it was like a.
Well, yeah, I'd heard that you actually reached out to P at QC and you wanted to get Quavo and TAKEOFF on the song, but
yeah, I knew it wasn't the time for him, but I told him, you know.
Wait a minute now. That body language just ain't working. You look mighty suspect right there, Boosie. So you mean to tell me you reached out to Pierre from Quality Control Records to see if you can get Quavo and TAKEOFF to get on a song? So that mean this was already done. That mean you already done had this already. That mean you're using TAKEOFF death for clout. That's what you're doing right now. You see his face? That's guilt right there. Look at his face. Man. So he went to Pierre from Quality Control. You know, the other dirty guy. Yeah, Pierre, we know about you. You're dirty, bro. Your hands is dirty. You got a lot of demons on you, bro. I can see right through you, too. So basically, Boosie went to Quavo and TAKEOFF's Slave Master to see if they can get those guys to be on the song. So that means that Boosie already had this song. Boosie already had plans already. He had to go to their boss, see what they can do.
I was putting together a remix, and I wanted, you know, to present it to them first. I knew it wasn't the time. And I told him I had like 2 months, so I just wanted him to have it in hand first, you know, before I get the remix together. But
interesting.
You know, my heart goes out to those dudes, man.
Stop lying. Why do people love saying their heart goes out to this and their heart goes out to that? You don't care, Boosie. Just be honest, bro. You don't care about TAKEOFF. You're glad that he's gone. It gives you the opportunity to do what you're doing now. If TAKEOFF was here right now, Boosie, you know you couldn't be doing this. You wouldn't even have no clout right now. You won't be able to shine right now. If TAKEOFF was here, man, nobody would even be talking about you right now. So you're happy about this situation. Sad.
He definitely inspired the Rocket Man record.
Now notice what he said. He said that TAKEOFF inspired the Rocket Man song. TAKEOFF. Wow.
Jeezy just got on the remix, so I'm putting together the remix now.
So he's putting together a remix now with Jeezy. So now we got Gucci, we got Boosie, we got Jeezy. Y'all can't see how everybody, y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see how all these rappers are all exploiting TAKEOFF's death for clout and cash. Before, none of these rappers cared about making songs about this brother. But all of a sudden now, everybody want to make remixes and, you know what I mean? Everybody got these new lyrics already written out. Everybody got everything done already. Why Gucci Man didn't make a song about TAKEOFF while he was living? Why Boosie didn't make a song about TAKEOFF when he was alive? Why Jeezy didn't care about doing a mix with TAKEOFF before he died? But now that the man is gone, we got all this outpouring of fake love. Sad situation, man.
Oh, Jeezy jumped on it.
Yeah, Jeezy jumped on the remix, yeah.
Wow. Jeezy jumped on the remix. So now Jeezy, now you can all look forward to hearing a new mix with Jeezy now.
I can't even imagine the trauma that Quavo is going through. I mean, I had heard that he like passed out after.
Nobody cares if he passed out. Let's talk about that. People are saying that Quavo passed out, right? After TAKEOFF died. People are saying that he passed out. I don't care. I don't care. You see, the reason why I don't care is because TAKEOFF is dead, right? And Quavo haven't come into the public to talk about it. He haven't talked about his involvement in this man losing his life. He haven't talked about what led up to the death. He haven't talked about who shot him. Quavo is quiet. So all of this passing out stuff, I don't want to hear that. You didn't pass out while you were next to his body. That would have been the great time to pass out. You passed out allegedly off camera. Nobody got no proof of that. So that's all cap. We're not buying that. Show me the videotapes of Quavo passing out. Somebody show me those videotapes. That's right. There are no tapes. So that's all hearsay and gossip. Passing out sounds like something a woman would do. Yeah. A man that's from the street ain't passing out. I don't want to hear that. So this talk of Quavo passing out after Takeoff pretty much was deleted is BS. And it's interesting how these rumors get started, right? Everybody got everything to say regarding Quavo passing out, but nobody got no information on who shot this man and deleted him. Nobody have information on who killed Takeoff. Why not? I don't care if Quavo passed out because I know that's a lie. That has nothing to do with anything. You passing out is due to the fact that you know you have some sort of involvement, allegedly, in your nephew's death. And that's the reason why you may have allegedly passed out, because of the guilt that's in your heart. You're not fooling me. So I don't want to hear about who's taking whatever, having a difficult time and all this other nonsense. Because based on what we heard in this tape, it's alleged that the Prince family was the one who paid for the funeral. And if they did, that means that Quavo is fully aware of who paid for the funeral. If the Prince family paid and rented out the State Farm Arena, that means that Quavo is fully aware of that, which means Quavo is embedded with the so-called Prince family. Look, if somebody did that to my family, my loved ones, and I'm right there, and I know that your team is the one that did this, there's no way I'm passing out by some damn car. Y'all gonna have to take me out too. You're not just gonna delete my nephew and I'm standing right there and I know who did it, and I'm just gonna sit there talking about help, guys, call the police, and I know who did it, and you right there walking up and down. It's gonna have to be said that we both got deleted. But see, Quavo was allegedly protected. And see, all of you folks out there that got a problem with me, in the end, when all this stuff clears up, you're gonna know the truth. You're gonna know the truth. There's a lot of people involved, and eventually names are gonna get thrown under these buses. You're gonna see.
That shit happened. He was so fucked up because that's his nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you know, like, it's the saddest shit, bro. When I see them baby pictures of him and bro, that shit just, that's different. When you see them fucking baby pictures with Quavo and Takeoff.
Now notice, they added that into the video. That's all on Vlad and them. Now, why did they do that? Why did Vlad edited the images of them two together? You know why? To get your emotions. And at the same time, to make you feel that Quavo is innocent. He have nothing to do with this. He's perfectly fine. Because word in these YouTube streets is everybody that's talking against Quavo or trying to place Quavo at the crime scene in terms of him having some sort of negative, like, influence into this case. People are saying that whoever talks like that is wrong, that we're all bad guys for saying that. But see, one thing you have to understand about the industry is the people closest to you will line you up. It happens all the time. And nobody want to talk about that. See, Quavo, he's not in the public right now sharing any thoughts about the case. He's not talking about who did it. He's not talking about what transpired. I mean, check this out. If there are a bunch of rumors and lies and misinformation floating around on social media, if there's anybody that can stop all of that, it's Quavo. Quavo can come out with a video and literally talk about exactly what took place. Not only Quavo, but other people that were there can come out in the public and talk about exactly what happened. That way, there's no speculation, there's no rumors, there's no gossip, there's no bochinche. None of that stuff is there. Why? Because the key witnesses that were at the place are on camera talking. But Quavo is not doing that. Why? Because his hands is dirty, allegedly. So based on what we're hearing, the Prince family allegedly rented out the State Farm Arena. And that is the reason why Drake was able to get in the building. That's the reason why. Y'all got to put the whole thing together. If the Prince family rented this thing out, surely they're going to let their man Drake in the building because he's a part of mob ties. Not only that, many other people that have ties to the Prince family is going to be in the building. So all of that talk that everybody was talking about, Atlanta's a no-fly zone and all this other nonsense, if the Prince family was able to rent out that arena, they were already in the building. And y'all allowed them there. Wow. Amazing.
You'd be like, fuck. Like, damn, bro. Like, Atlanta been taking L's, bro.
Notice he said Atlanta been taking L's. Wow. So if you're in Atlanta right now, Boosie just said y'all taking L's. He ain't say Houston. He said Atlanta. Because Atlanta didn't do nothing about this. This man is dead. Nobody ain't protest. Nobody didn't boycott the bowling alley. Nobody ain't looking for footage, no answers. The police chief just the other day put out a brief statement about, yeah, you know, we working on the case. That's BS. They're not working on no case. They playing games, stalling, because what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to pin the murder on somebody. They're trying to see who they could pin it on. They're trying to see who they can line up to take the bait, who they can put at the scene. And they're trying to put it together. Listen, this thing can get so bad, fam, that these people can go and edit video and make someone appear. Do you understand? They could damn near use Adobe After Effects, man, and use technology to place someone there with a gun. And then say, hey, good, look, we got the shooter. And it was all edited. This is taking far too long. So at this point, you really can't take anything serious. Because everybody's involved, including the chief of police. He's allegedly involved too. I don't trust him at all. He looked like a snake. He looked like he'd been involved in a lot of criminal activity. He looked like he knows the Prince family personally. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go out to dinner.
Yeah, and I know who's really fucked up right now as well as Offset, because they had just had that whole break off, the breakup and everything else like that.
Now peep the game, fam. Peep the game and understand what's going on here. He just brought up Offset, right? Now I want you to pay close attention to the temperature that's in the room. I want you to peep the game, listen to what he says, and watch his answer. Let me rewind this thing back, play it again, listen.
Yeah, and I know who's really fucked up right now as well as Offset, because they had just had that whole break off, the breakup and everything else like that.
And I'm closer to Offset than anybody, than all amigos.
Oh, did you speak to him since this happened?
Nah, I haven't spoke to him.
Are you peeping the game, people? Are you peeping the game? Remember what I taught you about the rubbing of your face? You see that? He's lying. That man is so guilty, it's unbelievable. He said that he knows Offset more than any of the other Migos. He's more familiar with Offset. He said, did you speak to him about this, like after the situation? Nah, I didn't speak to him. So you ain't give the brother a call. So you ain't call Offset to say, hey, bro, hope you're holding it together, man. You know what I'm saying? Much love, condolences, you know, for your loss. He ain't do that. But he claimed that he knows Offset more than all the other Migos, right? Listen to this again, man. Listen.
Offset, because they had just had that whole break-off, you know, the breakup and everything else like that.
And I'm closer to Offset than anybody, than all the Migos.
Oh.
He said he's close to Offset than all the other Migos. Now listen.
Did you speak to him since this happened?
Nah.
He didn't speak to him since this happened. Let that make sense. So since this happened, Boosie didn't even give this brother a call. He didn't send him a text. He didn't say, hey, yo, bro, if you need anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for you. Hey, yo, bro, I'm working on this new song with TAKEOFF. You know, he motivated me. He didn't even reach out to Offset about the fact that he's releasing this song. Do you see how it's all for clout? Do you see how this is all fake love? See, I'm breaking this thing down because I'm the best in the game when it comes to breaking down these things. And I'm trying to make you see what maybe went right over your head. Listen to this mess again. Listen.
And I know who's really fucked up right now as well as Offset, because they had just had that whole break-off, you know, the breakup and everything else like that.
And I'm closer to Offset than anybody, than all the Migos.
Oh. Did you speak to him since this happened?
Nah, I haven't spoke to him.
He's lying.
But I'm closer to Offset than all the Migos.
Wow.
Yeah, I know when someone passes and you're close to someone, but y'all in a beef at the time and you don't get a chance to fix it before they die, that's always going to weigh on you. And
yeah, that's exactly what's weighing on Offset, because him leaving the group over whatever issue, now that TAKEOFF is gone, you would think that he's feeling some type of way, but I'm here to tell you that Offset really don't care. That's right. Offset do not care. Let that marinate. See, a lot of you folks out there that are not experienced in life, you don't really see what's happening. You never really had the experiences. You won't understand what I'm talking about. Offset do not care that TAKEOFF died. They don't care. You see, when Offset decided to leave the group, that was the moment in time when he said, I don't care no more. I'm cutting ties with you brothers, going to do my own thing. That was the moment he said, I don't care. So all of this talk about how when you beefing with somebody and, oh, you know, they passed away and you ain't have a chance to fix the wrong and make it right, that's all BS. When you have people in your life that cut you off, or people that left you, and then something happened and you think they feeling bad, they're not feeling bad. It's just another day at the office for them. The day they left the group was the day they said they don't care what happens to you. Because if they really cared, they would have never left the group. Listen, brothers, sisters, you got to listen to me. You got to listen to the game. If you're in a relationship with someone, right? Let's say you're in a relationship. Let's say you're a man, you're with a woman. And for whatever reason, you lost your job as a brother. And the woman that you were with, that you thought loved you, the woman that you thought was really rocking with you, decide she want to leave when she know you just lost your job, you got this mortgage to pay in this house, but she up and gone. If she would have stuck around because she was getting money at her job, it could have helped sustain the household till you got back on your feet. But she lost all respect for you because you fell on hard times and she decided to leave. At that moment, bro, her walking out on you was a clear indicator to you that she don't give a fuck about you, bro. She know you don't have the money to pay the bill, so she know you're gonna be homeless. So for her to leave, fam, she already done told you, I don't care if you go homeless. I don't care if you don't eat. I don't care what's going on. And what I'm trying to show you is the same exact thing applies in the situation right now with TAKEOFF and Offset, Quavo. By the pure fact that Offset left the group, it's the same way. Yo, fam, how you gonna leave the group, fam? What about the fans? The fans is gonna be like, yo, what happened to us? What happened to us as a group? Hey, yo, I'm going to do my own thing, bro. It's the same thing, fam. Sisters, you could be with a dude. You get pregnant. Before you got pregnant, the dude was there. But as soon as you got pregnant and you know baby coming in, all of a sudden now he want to leave. Oh, the child is not mine. I don't know nothing about this baby. I'm not taking no responsibility. Not me. I'm not doing nothing for this kid. I'm out. And he leave you. So now you got to fend for this baby by yourself. He left. So at that moment, do you really think that man care about you? Do you think that man care about what's happening to you, what you're going through? If you're sad, he don't care because he left. Same thing with Offset. Once he left the group, he said, hey, I don't care about the image of the Migos. I don't care about what y'all going through. I don't care about what the fans think. I'm going to do my own thing. Bars. So he don't really care because he already done know that the minute he left that group, he severed all ties. So by the pure fact you see him show up at that funeral talking about, you know, acting like he all emotional, that's all fake. That's called fake love. That's called situational ethics. Situational ethics pretty much mean you got to adapt to the situation so that you don't look bad. Go there and show a little love so the people can appreciate you, because if you don't show up now and you release a song, they're not going to support you. So pretty much situational ethics pretty much says, hey, you got to adapt to the situation. Even though you don't want to. It's sort of like being at your job. You're around a bunch of coworkers that you don't even like. You don't like none of these folks, can't stand them, right? But because you work in the same environment, you got to act like y'all cool. You got to act like there really ain't no underlying beef. You got to act like you don't want to punch this person in the face, right? So you got to do that because you want to keep your job. But deep down inside, man, if it wasn't for this job, fam, if we wasn't here, we'd have been fighting already. So I got to act like I'm smiling when really I don't want to smile. You know, I got to help you do this job, even though I don't want to help you. Because the supervisor is there, I got to bite my damn lip and go ahead and help you lift these boxes, right? That's situational ethics. You know, there's a birthday party. You got to pull up. Hey, how everybody doing? You don't really want to be there, but you're just there because, hey, it'll help me sell a record or two. And that's what they're doing. And that's what Offset did in this situation.
And I think, you know, I always like to take lessons when people pass away. So if there's someone out there that who's an actual friend that you're beefing with right now, call that person up and just make it right. Because you don't know, the day after they might be gone. You know,
You know, what Vlad said right there is actually good advice. I'll give him that one. You know, if you have a beef with someone, it's always good to dead the beef. You don't have to be friends, but it's good to dead the beef. Yeah, I agree with deading a beef. Because, you know, anytime you beefing with somebody and you walk into the same room, there's always that tension in the air. So sometimes it's good to call the person on the side and be like, look, I know we don't agree with one another. I know, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But look, we in this same environment. I don't want to keep walking around feeling like this tension in the air. Like, you know what I mean? You know, we don't have to talk, but let's just agree to disagree. You stay in your lane, I stay in my lane, I do my own thing, but this tension, this beef, I'm just gonna squash this thing right now. I'm just gonna move on. You move on, and it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta do that. That doesn't mean y'all gonna be friends now. It's just we're squashing the beef so that things don't go to the next level. You understand what I mean? So with that, I agree. But now some people, there's a flip side to that. Some people you can't even talk to. Some people you beefing with, some people you got a disagreement with, you can't even talk to them like that. So to those out there that are saying, look, Ringo, I hear what you're saying, but look, you don't know. No, I do know. I already done know. I'm giving you the flip side of the coin as well. There's some people you can't talk to them. Some people you beefing with, you can't say nothing to them, or it's going to be a damn fight as soon as you start talking. So some people, you just got to avoid them and just leave them alone. But if you can, if you could, if it's possible, then dead the beef so it don't go to the next level. You know? Because normally when you pass away, or if someone passed away, you kind of regret. You kind of regret all the issues. You wish like, damn, I wish I could have said something. Sort of like, let's say you had a mom, a dad, a cousin that passed away, and you weren't the type of person that said you loved them a lot, or you didn't hug them a lot, or you didn't do a lot of things. And then when they pass away, it's like now you regret. Like, damn, man, yo, I wish I could have did this more. I wish I could have did that more. You don't want to be in a situation like that if someone was to die. So basically what Vlad is essentially saying is, if you got family and friends and people around you that you really care about, and they're alive right now, show a little more love, a little more attention, and get them their flowers while they living before something happened. Right? That's pretty much what he's saying there.
Me and Combat Jack had been beefing for a few years, and I remember I squashed it with him, and then shortly after he died from cancer. I didn't even know he had cancer, but I'm glad that me and him got to talk and we got to squash it. And man, just a lot of this shit is petty and about nothing. You know, love is more important, and friendship is more important than a lot of this shit. So
all of that is easier said than done. It's very easy to say all of that, but when you understand the mindset of a ninja, ninjas are normally beefing in the music industry predominantly over money. It's always over money at the end of the day. Pretty much every rap group, R&B group from back in the day split apart because of money. It's always over money, fam.
You know, take a look at what Offset is probably going through right now, and call up your friend. And
Offset is not going through anything. Offset broke up with his members for money issues. That's what it was about. Pretty much. One person was like, look, I'm not getting enough money. I need to do my own thing. Why am I getting this amount? I'm the popular guy. I'm this. It's always over money. You understand? The love of money, the root of all evil. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So by him leaving, he already done made it clear, look, I ain't rocking with these guys. I don't care what happened to these guys because I'm pissed. That's basically what he's saying. So all of that stuff about he's going through a lot right now because TAKEOFF is dead, he's not going through nothing. Because if he cared about TAKEOFF, he would still be a part of the group. It's the truth.
You know, y'all ain't got to be best friends again, but just leave those bad vibes behind, and you know, hook up with your brother or your sister, because you don't want to always be living for the rest of your life saying, man, I could have done something. I could have reestablished this link with this person, and now I can never do it because they're gone forever.
Well, TAKEOFF is gone forever. But look at what these rappers are doing. They're all exploiting his death at this point, making songs and albums. I already done told you already. Boosie already done put out a song He already got over 752,000 views, released on November 14th. So basically him being on Vlad is not really about Takeoff. It's about promoting awareness to his music for himself. This is all about himself. This is not about Takeoff. When you die, you're worth more money dead than alive. That's when everybody's going to come out of the woodworks talking about how much they cared about you and they loved you. And it's really just to make $1 off your name at the end of the day when you really think about it.
Well, a dice game mixed in with an argument with a bunch of dudes that you don't really know.
Notice what Vlad said, a dice game mixed in with an argument with guys that you don't really know about. But when is Quavo going to come out in the public and talk about this? When is Quavo going to come out and tell people exactly what happened? When? See, you don't hear nothing. All we know is what the internet told us. That's all we know about. We don't know if Quavo lost money. He haven't come out and say that. So all we're getting is just speculation, rumors, and hearsay. So if the information is true or false, it's going to be determined on whether or not Quavo come out and start to talk or these witnesses start to speak. Of course, we had a couple of witnesses that had things to say regarding the issue. Some of them, their stories changed up. Some of them is like you don't really know who's telling the truth at this point because everybody's doing a lot of stuff for clout. There's so much clickbait videos. There's so many videos with people acting like they're witnesses and they're not. You got people on YouTube making videos, making fake recordings. You got to be careful with this stuff, fam. You got people on YouTube right now that are making videos with fake recordings and it sounds like somebody's a witness and they planned the whole thing out. Yo, let's make a video. Sound like you're a witness on a phone call. We're going to make it sound like we're interviewing you and we're going to get a lot of views. People going to believe it. And there's people on YouTube doing that right now, deceiving people. Be very careful with those type of videos.
Once the internet started doing its investigations, one of the guys that was there found some old tweets where he was hating on Quavo and talking shit about him. Some sort of argument came out. We don't really know what happened yet. There's lots of videos and so forth, but I'm sure within the next week or two, they're going to announce and basically say what happened.
Listen, Boosie already know what happened. Boosie is in that industry. He knows what happened. You have to understand, when you're in the industry, right, you get firsthand information because you're in the now concerning what the industry is about. So you're going to get the news. So Boosie already know. He already know who did it. It's just like the streets. It's just like the hood. You live on a block, somebody got shot, word spread around like this right away. The key players in the hood get the information first before regular folk get the info. So when the internet is buzzing about this story, the people that are at the top in the industry, they already got what happened. The Prince family already done know who did it, who shot who, what guns were hot. They know already. Quavo know who did it. He know their face. He know what they look like. The women that were there, they know who did it. Everybody know who did it. Migo Bands, he know who did it, right? The Shakur guy, he know who did it. They all know who did it. But yet nobody's being questioned because you, the people in the public, you keep supporting these individuals. Rather than pressing them to get that info, y'all continually supporting their music, letting them rock out, and you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be going to no Shakur fights. Y'all should be boycotting Shakur. You understand? The boxer, y'all shouldn't be going to none of his fights. Nothing. Tell that brother, yo, come out and start talking about the situation, fam. You know exactly what happened. You were standing right next to TAKEOFF. Don't tell me you don't know what happened. Well, I didn't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. Bro, you were standing right there. How you don't know what happened? How you don't know what happened? Let me ask you a question, people. Check this out. If you're in a room with 5 people and somebody passed gas, you're going to smell it. Right? So how the fuck you going to tell me you don't know what happened? How you going to tell me that you didn't know? So let me get this straight. Somebody's in the damn room It's just 5 of you. You smell something funky in the air, but you don't know nothing. You ain't smelled nothing either, right? No. If there's a fire, you're gonna smell the smoke. And if there's smoke, you're gonna most likely see some flames. So everybody that's saying they don't know nothing, they ain't seen nothing, everybody's staying quiet, they all lying. You saw something, you smell something, you hear something. That's why we got ears, that's why we got a nose, and that's why we got a mouth. You heard something, and you know something. All the people that were there are witnesses, and they all in on this brother's death, fam. Trust and believe that.
And I know that Jay Prince and his family are hurting over it. I know
He said Jay Prince and his family is hurting over this. That's a lie. They're not hurting over this. They're hurting on the fact that the whole thing was caught on tape. They're hurt by the pure fact that this situation was recorded. And that is hurting the image of the Prince family. They're not hurting because TAKEOFF died. They don't care about that man. That's why he's dead. Y'all gotta peep the game, fam. I'm trying to help y'all out, but y'all don't want to listen, man. Y'all don't want to listen. They're not hurting because he's dead. Because most likely someone in their crew allegedly pulled that trigger. So they're not hurting because he's dead. That man was going to die that night. And they know that. That's why everything went down the way it went down. If the Prince family is so hurt about this, right? If they're so hurt about this, why don't they bring forth the shooter? What did they take it so long for? Prince Sr. got on his Instagram and said, hey, you can't hide behind me. You can't hide behind me. So that mean he know who did it. What do you mean they can't hide behind you? What do you mean they can't hide behind you? That mean you know who did it. That mean you're aware. You're aware of what took place. So why Prince Sr. don't put the word out that whoever did this got to come forward and take this rap? Why he ain't doing that? They're not hurting over TAKEOFF's death. They're not hurting. Trust and believe they're not hurting. But this part of the interview is interesting.
Brought flowers and everything to TAKEOFF's funeral. Thought it was really dope how they rented out the whole State Farm arena to do a funeral for him. Did you?
Vlad said that the Prince family rented out the entire State Farm arena. Now, in the beginning of the stream, I asked the question, could anyone confirm that? I'm going to ask it again because I didn't see it because we had a little technical difficulties on my end. With a show of a 1, could anyone confirm that the Prince family paid for the funeral by renting out the State Farm arena? With a show of a 1, that is confirmed. Not hearsay, not bochinche, but you know for a fact that the Prince family rented out that arena. Do anybody have that info with a show of a 1? Because if they did, that's a sign of guilt. Because that's what VladTV just said. You see that? So we got 2 2s, which mean they're saying they don't believe he did. Right? And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, how is it that VladTV know that the Prince family rented out the State Farm arena? How he know that? How does VladTV know? Because, you know, VladTV has a large platform. So for him to say that Jay Prince Sr. and the family rented out, hey, this is crazy. How he got that inside information and we don't. You heard him with your own mouth. He said that. He said that they rented it out. Hey, I don't know, man. Listen to this, man. Y'all think this is a game? Listen.
Really dope how they rented out the whole State Farm Arena to do a funeral for him. Did you go?
Nah, I ain't go.
Notice, Boosie didn't go nowhere. Boosie didn't go. Boosie, the one that's acting like he got all this love for Takeoff, for some odd reason, he didn't go to the funeral. He didn't go. He ain't got no time.
My uncle had died that morning.
His uncle died that morning.
I just been having death like a motherfucker.
Death like a effer, right? Really? But you smiling.
My uncle died the morning to Takeoff funeral.
I mean, he said this like it's just normal. Like, oh, my uncle died. You know, it's just another day at the park. Do he sound like he's crying? Do it sound like he's hurt? Do it sound like he's stressing? No, he's not.
Your uncle died?
The night before Takeoff funeral.
Oh, man. You guys were close?
Yeah.
That's a lie. They weren't close. I don't even believe his story.
How did he die?
He is,
So hold up, I'm hearing some words. Somebody said, isn't Boosie in Atlanta? All right, let's do another test. Is Boosie in Atlanta? Put a 1 in the chat if Boosie's in Atlanta, from Atlanta, lives in Atlanta. Put that in the chat. Because if he's in Atlanta and he didn't show up, that's sad. That's sad. Somebody says, Boosie does live in Atlanta. Wow. I'm seeing 1s. Wow. So Boosie lives in Atlanta, but he ain't make the time. That's crazy. That's wild. You know what's so interesting about this? I'm going to tell you this straight up and down. Y'all all know about the late Kevin Samuels passing away and how he had over 1 million+ subscribers. And when he passed away, all his fans, everybody that claimed they had a lot of love for him, they didn't even show up, right? If Kevin Samuels' funeral was held in New York, I would have went. Why? Because I'm in the city. So how is it that Boosie can be in Atlanta, know that Takeoff has a funeral going, and don't show up? And keep in mind, I'm one of Kevin Samuels' greatest critics. But I would have showed up. I would have went. But Boosie didn't go? That's interesting. Because he got all this love for Takeoff, but he didn't show up. It's like taking a walk down the street. And it's not like Boosie don't know where the State Farm Arena is, because rappers always perform there. Celebrities always rent out that spot to perform. So why didn't he just go? It's just not adding up.
CBD, that breathing shit.
You guys were close?
Yeah.
How did he die?
He has CBD, that breathing shit.
And how did he get that, Boosie? How did he get that breathing-ish? How did he get that? From smoking, right? Cancer, smoking, something along those lines, right? But you smoke too. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for your loss.
R.I.P. Levy, dog.
Yeah.
He don't seem like he's hurting, fam. This man ain't shed a tear, nothing for his loved one. And nobody can see that?
Well, you actually did a song for Takeoff called Rocket Man.
Wow.
Yeah, doing real good too, man. Real good.
So you went from the funeral with the so-called death of your uncle, and you jumped from that to a song that you made inspired by Takeoff's death. And you want us to know that the song is doing real good. Wow.
I just tweeted to Elon Musk, I need the rocket space. I need SpaceX. He didn't tweet me back, so
He ain't tweet you back because he probably realized that this ain't right. That's why he ain't tweet you back.
I don't know. I'm gonna find me a rocket. I'm gonna find me something.
He's kind of busy right now. Twitter's a disaster right now. You know, everyone's quitting and, you know, and they're about to turn the lights off and everything. So he's a little busy. But I'm going to tell you this honestly, and I listen to pretty much all your stuff. Rocket Man is the best song you've put out in years.
Wow. So Rocket Man is the best song that Boosie put out in years, according to VladTV. Do you see how Boosie is able to jumpstart his career? So this is actually promotion for Boosie. This ain't even about Takeoff anymore. This is about Boosie getting his numbers up. Wow, Boosie, that's how you getting down, fam? You exploiting Takeoff's death? Wow.
You like it?
You see the smile on his face? Are y'all seeing the smile on this man's face? You see that smile? That's the smile when a man realizes he's just trying to get this money. You don't care about no Takeoff. As long as his video take off and he's able to get them numbers, make this money, do what he got to do, that's what he's concerned with right now. And he about to link up with Jeezy to make a remix to Clout Chase and make more money off the blood of Takeoff. Wow.
I like it. I love it, actually. I love it. Between the beat and the way you're spitting and what you're saying on it. And you know me, I'm honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just, I don't praise it.
It was just verses. Yeah, when I put it together, it was just verses. You know, I couldn't find a hook for it. It was just like two hard ass verses. Cause I'm putting together an album now where I'm doing all 3 verses and long verses and shit like that. That's gonna drop. And I was trying to find a thing and I scrolled down my motherfucking Instagram while I'm riding it. All I saw was rockets, bro.
So all you saw was rockets. Now you got your inspiration.
And that motherfucker came to me, Rocket Man. And that's how it came. Scrolling the thing, looking at Takeoff, and the hook just came.
Listen, man. When I heard this interview, right, I went to go take a listen to this man's song. Bruh, seriously, song is trash, bruh. It is. Like, I don't know what that was. It's no wonder why you took the comments off. The song is not doing good, bro. The only reason why the song got some views is because people went over there to see exactly what you had to say. But you turned the comments off. Why? Because you ain't want the people to see the truth. The truth is it's not really doing good. People not really feeling that. You probably had people in there roasting you, saying, hey, why you trying to make music off this man's death? Like, what are you doing? You're doing the same thing Gucci Man did. Now everybody praising Gucci Man, saying, yo, man, you the man, bro. Good looking out for Takeoff. Nah. All of those guys that are making music and albums and songs off this man's death is only exploiting Takeoff. Y'all got to see it for what it is. Y'all got to see it for what it is, fam. Let me tell you something. The only time a rapper or an artist should make a song about somebody dying or somebody's death is not necessarily after they die. What could be done is a tribute where something is being held after a certain amount of time. Let's say Takeoff anniversary of his death came around and people want to honor Takeoff. Then, under those circumstances, they can have some sort of event and they can honor him by having people do performances and other things and things of that nature that can actually keep his memory alive. And then with the proceeds that come from that, it can go towards something positive. Not to no rocket foundation, not that foundation they set up, which you don't even know who those people are. But I'm talking about the money can go towards something that can benefit children. And I'm not talking about an organization that the money is being sent to. I'm talking about it's sent to people that are competent, people that are doing their job, that's going to make it happen. Because a lot of times people just want to get rich off of whatever they're trying to do. But that's the only time I feel that an artist should make any sort of music about anything. Play it at that event so that we can see you do things. And it's after about a year. And it's not about you. It's about honoring the brother so he could get his just due. You understand what I mean? But to make a song right after the man passed away and you dropping music videos and everybody ready to do their remix with Jeezy and they in the studio. So y'all got time to be in the studio, but y'all don't got time to be in the streets protesting for Takeoff. It's crazy. Think about that. They got time to be in the studio, being in the booth, dropping bars for the latest new song, but they don't got no time to ask the tough questions on who murdered this man. They don't have time to protest. They don't have no time to do nothing. No footwork in Houston. They don't got no time for nothing, right? Let's just make an album. Let that make sense.
But if you listen to the music, the words, it's all about what's happening wrong in the world. It's all about, and it was perfect because it's like, it shit make you want to jump on the rocket and leave. Takeoff, he was all over my Instagram and it just came. So it was like
You lying, bro. Everything you're doing right now is a lie. Come on, Boosie, man. You just want some money, bro. Just be honest. This is a good opportunity for you to shine, get your name out there. Right? That's all you see right now, the dollar signs.
Well, yeah, I had heard that you actually reached out to P at QC and you wanted to get Quavo and Takeoff on the song, but...
Now notice that he said he tried to reach out to Pierre from Quality Control to get Takeoff and Quavo on the song. So that means this song was already done. You see how that works? But he's using Takeoff's death to market the song. Are you peeping the game?
Yeah, I knew it wasn't the time for him, but I told him, I was putting together a remix and I wanted, to present it to them first. I knew it wasn't the time.
So you knew it wasn't the time for the song to be released. You knew it wasn't the time to talk about it, but now's the time, now that Takeoff is dead.
And I told him I had like 2 months, so I just wanted him to have it in hand first, before I get the remix together, but.
So you had this all planned, Boosie. You had all of this planned. So you, Jeezy, everybody in on it, right? Y'all all had this all planned, right? Wow.
My heart goes out to those dudes, man. He definitely inspired the Rocket Man record.
Wow.
Jeezy just got on the remix, so I'm putting together the remix now.
Now Jeezy's on the mix.
Oh, Jeezy jumped on it.
Yeah, Jeezy jumped on the remix, yeah.
Wow. I can't even imagine the trauma that Quavo is going through. I mean, I had heard that he passed out after that shit happened. He was so fucked up because that's his nephew.
Quavo is not going through anything, folks. I already done told you already. Quavo is not going through anything. He's not feeling bad. He's not being sad. Remember, Quavo is the guy that was reading a 3-page letter at the funeral. He had to write down. He had to write down his message. He couldn't speak from the heart. Even though this is his nephew. You mean to tell me your nephew died and you couldn't speak from the heart to share heartfelt words? And you're a rapper who's supposed to know how to rap, but for whatever reason, you don't got no bars. Wow. You know, if a loved one in my family dies, most high forbid, and I'm really close to them, I'm gonna have a lot of things to say. I don't need a letter. I don't need to write it down, because by the pure fact that I know them and we grew up in a sandbox, I should be able to speak fluently without stuttering. But Quavo, he had to read from a letter. Why? Because he really never had no love for TAKEOFF. And I know that bothers a lot of you when I say that, but I'm just being honest. He didn't have no love for that brother. Yeah, they grew up. Yeah, they family. But at that moment after that man died, there was a lot of things that I saw that wasn't right. If you lost a loved one in that way, you'll be ready to fight everybody. You'll be willing to die. By the pure fact your kinfolk is on the floor bleeding out, you're gonna wanna know who killed him. You're gonna wanna say something. You're gonna be flipping on everybody there. Quavo didn't do that. He didn't show none of the signs of a relative that is ready to throw down by the pure fact of what happened. It was almost like, hey, sorry, bro, that I let this happen to you, but it's only business. It's messy. Your music video suggests that you did it. Your music video allegedly shows a depiction of everything that took place. The song Nothing Changed. TAKEOFF was rapping about what was going to happen to him. He rapped about how when you getting money, all of a sudden, the people you close to gonna start to change. They start acting strange. You see that? In another one of TAKEOFF's songs, he said, they think I'm dumb. They think I'm dumb, but he could see the plot. Quavo, we know about you, fam. Just might as well you come out the closet, bro. Come out the closet, fam. See, I'm not one of these folks on social media that's all sentimental and emotional. I'm looking at the room temperature. I'm looking at your body language and the things you didn't do that you were supposed to do under normal circumstances if a loved one died. You didn't show none of those signs. You were basically doing what the women were doing. You were supposed to be trying to figure out who killed your nephew, but you weren't doing that, bro. Something ain't right about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you know, like it's the saddest shit, bro. When I see them baby pictures of him and bro, that shit.
Now you trying to get sentimental with baby pictures. These are not babies, bro. These are grown men. Let's stop playing around. See, this is the thing about social media. This is the thing about this entire TAKEOFF case. They keep showing you these damn pictures of them when they were younger to try to get. They're trying to make y'all think that these niggas like they little kids. Like no, these are grown men. No, we're not gonna play this little baby. These are not kids. We're looking at kid pictures. These were grown men. He trying to paint this picture like Quavo and like was so. He loved his nephew. There's no way he could be a part of this. There's no way that's what they're doing right here. So they want you to believe that Quavo is hurting. No. You had a bunch of damn niggas that were out there with guns that were hunting for blood, and they knew exactly what they were doing. They plotted on this young man, and they set this whole thing up. If you watch my walkthrough video, there was no way that they were shooting at anybody. The only person they were shooting at was TAKEOFF. He's the only person there they were shooting at. If you look at the backdrop in the walkthrough video, if they were shooting at somebody, where they went? There was nothing there. The only way out is they have to go around. Where they go? Where did they go? If you shooting at somebody, where did they go? Where they disappeared to? This was a hit, brothers. This was a hit, sisters, by ninjas. They plotted on Takeoff. There was nowhere to run at that site. And they using this photo to make you think that, oh, there's no way Quavo could be involved. That's his uncle. There's no way he could be. Nah, not him. He's good. Ringo, you wrong. You wrong. He's hurting. No, you're wrong. You're wrong for not using your brain. You're being emotional. That's why you could end up getting taken out, because you're being too emotional. You got to look at things from every angle. You got to consider things from every angle. When it comes to this money, when it comes to fame, fortune, and success, people will kill their own family members to get it. Do you understand me? The Migos' careers, whether you think about it or not, was not going where they wanted it to go. The record companies wanted to do something a little different, allegedly. Quavo, being that he's ambitious and don't like to lose, eventually wanted to go solo himself. Oh yeah, these are the things that you don't hear about. And they had to get Takeoff out of the way. Oh yeah. You see, with Takeoff out of the way, now we can put together a new contract. Yeah, a new contract. But who will Quavo sign up to? Mob ties, or will he remain at quality control? You see, you got to look at things from a business standpoint. And then, with Takeoff being out of the way, who's getting the insurance? Because we all know that within the contract, these record labels allegedly have insurance on their artists. This is why whenever a rapper die, you're wondering like, damn, all these rappers keep dying, because when their careers are not popping, when they're not really making that money, all of a sudden now there's a murder. And the record labels are able to collect from the insurance on these particular artists. Man, I'm telling you. They plotted on this brother, fam. They plotted on this brother. The more I do these stories regarding Takeoff, the more serious this thing goes and gets, man. Because from the beginning of the case, I had a lot of questions. I was questioning Takeoff's mental state. And throughout all this ordeal, I'm looking at tapes, I'm looking at videos, I'm looking at everything regarding Takeoff, studying the man. And what I've learned, Takeoff was very intelligent and very smart. He was the main guy in the group. But yet Quavo and Offset was the most popular. But Takeoff, he didn't mind. He didn't care about all of the shine. He just wanted to lay in the cut, be in the background. He didn't care about all of that. But being that Takeoff was the main guy, Quavo couldn't really do what he wanted to do. But now that he's gone, now Quavo is the shot caller. He can now do what he wants. I'm telling you, man, the rabbit hole goes deep on this case, fam. It really does. Wow.
Different. When you see them fucking baby pictures with Quavo and Takeoff, you be like, fuck.
Why would we be like that? We see baby pictures of people who die all the time. That have nothing to do with anything. I'm not emotional about no baby pictures or no kid pictures. Who killed them, Boosie? Who killed TAKEOFF? Talk to us. Who did it? Come on. You know who did it. Right? Who did it? Who did it, Boosie? You know who did it. Why you hiding the info? How much they paying you, Boosie? How much did they pay you in the Duke the Jeweler situation? How much they paid you, allegedly? How much they paid you to stay quiet? We could read you, bro.
Like, damn, bro. Like, Atlanta been taking L's, bro.
Atlanta been taking L's, right? Why you ain't show up to the funeral? Why you ain't go show no love and no support for TAKEOFF? You trying to do music, but you ain't have the time to go down there and show no love at the funeral? But you making music. You got time to do remixes with Jeezy, but you ain't got no time to go down to the funeral place and pay your respects. I wonder why.
Yeah, and I know who's really fucked up right now as well as Offset, because they had just had that whole break off,
yeah,
the breakup and everything else like that.
And I'm closer to Offset than anybody, than all of me.
Oh, did you speak to him since this happened?
Nah, I haven't spoke to him.
So you're closest to Offset, but you didn't speak to him at all, right? Really? So Boosie is basically publicly telling all of us right now that up to now, he didn't send Offset not one text message, not one phone call to say my condolences. But he got time to make music. Are y'all all seeing this? Because I'm always looked upon as the bad guy. A lot of times people come in my chat, they upset, and they're not upset with Vlad. They're not upset with VladTV. They're not upset with Boosie. They're upset with me because I make these videos, right? I'm always getting questioned. It's like if I make a video and I talk about, Gucci Man made a whole song, blah, 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 blah. Boosie is making albums, remixes with Jeezy. They'll be like, yeah, but Ringo, you make videos, you make money from your videos, and you do this and you do that. They quickly point their finger at me. But they got nothing to say about none of these other people. They acting like I'm the multi-millionaire. They're acting like I'm the guy that specifically sit out here trying to exploit somebody. I do what I'm supposed to do, make videos. It's what I've always been doing. But these guys, they claim they got love, but they're making songs dedicated to TAKEOFF. But they didn't make these songs when he was alive. When he was alive, nobody made any music. Nobody cared while he was living. But all of a sudden now, $700,000 views. You know what that equals, ladies and gentlemen, into dollar amount on YouTube? Ladies and gentlemen, 700,000 views in YouTube money is possibly more than some of your yearly salaries. I'm just giving you the game. That amount of views on one video is probably your yearly salary. I'm just letting you know. I know for a lot of you, you're probably like, are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Especially if a video goes viral. See, Gucci Man video? Oh, he's making a lot of money. Ooh, whole lot. And it goes straight to his pocket. It don't go to TAKEOFF's family. It wasn't made from the heart. It was made to get that bag.
But that I'm closer to Offset than all the Migos.
Lies. So if you're close to Offset than all the Migos, then why are you over here acting like you got love for TAKEOFF? It's crazy, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I know when someone passes and you're close to someone, but y'all in a beef at the time and you don't get a chance to fix it before they die, that's always going to weigh on you. And I think, I always like to take lessons when people pass away. So if there's someone out there that who's an actual friend that you're beefing with right now, call that person up and just make it right. Cause you don't know, the day after they might be gone. Me and Combat Jack had been beefing.
There's so much fake love in the industry, man. So much fake love. It's unbelievable, man, how much people act like they care about others, man. They really don't. They just wait for you to die so they could get the bag off of your name. That's what they normally do in the industry.
For a few years, and I remember I squashed it with him, and then shortly after he died from cancer. I didn't even know he had cancer, but I'm glad that me and him got to talk and we got to squash it. And man, just a lot of this shit is petty and about nothing.
It's about nothing, but it's interesting how Vlad know a lot about what's going on. He know about how petty all of this stuff is, but he's not going to say anything himself. And yeah, you're correct that, Boosie is avoiding answering the questions because he know it will conjure up more questions, which will dig him in the hole. And then he's going to have to answer to them boys on why he was running his mouth. Because when you're in that industry, you don't want to step on nobody's toes and, find yourself in a crazy situation. So that's what's going on here. But it's interesting how these interviews keep coming out and everybody's showing all of this fake love. And we're going to keep you posted on all of this mess. We're going to keep you updated.
Love is more important and friendship is more important than a lot of this shit. So
if it is, then why was Offset so eager to remove himself from the group? Because there was no more love. He didn't feel good in the group, so he decided to bounce. You understand? So I don't want to hear all of this stuff about how he was so heartbroken at the sign of this man's death. He most likely knew about it too, allegedly. Because normally they let you know that, the hit is about to go down. So, hey, you better get out of that group. You know what I'm saying? Maybe his woman knows something and told him, look, you need to get out of that group. Allegedly. Let's go.
Take a look at what Offset is probably going through right now and call up your friend and y'all ain't got to be best friends again, but just leave those bad vibes behind and hook up with your brother or your sister because you don't want to always be living for the rest of your life saying, man, I could have done something. I could have reestablished this link with this person and now I can never do it because they're gone forever.
Gone forever. What a shame. Anyway, y'all, we're going to get up on out of here. You know what I'm saying? This is another situation of Boosie, another rapper, basically exploiting the death of TAKEOFF. They got time to go to the studios, to go into the booth, to spit, but they don't got no time to come into these streets and talk about who did it. They don't got no time to protest, boycott. They're not going to use their platform to bring awareness. You won't see them saying, hey, justice for TAKEOFF. We need to find the killer. You won't catch them doing that. But they are interested in promoting songs. Let all of that make sense now, right? So you're going to see a lot of rappers coming out of the woodworks talking about they making this new mixtape, this new song, in honor of TAKEOFF. Don't support none of their music. You know what I mean? When they release these things, you got to show no support. You got to tell these people, stop trying to exploit this man's death. Stop trying to do all this extra stuff and just let us know who killed the man. That's how you got to do it. All right, so we're going to get up on out of here. You know what I mean? Y'all stay safe. Do what y'all got to do. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Ringo TV Reactions. Subscribe today. click the notification bell for all so that you can be notified when we go live. Ringo TV Reactions. Shout out to everybody that supported the stream via Cash App, Super Chat. Appreciate all your support. Peace to the mods. See you in the building. V-Dub Man, what's going on? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all take care. We'll catch you in the next video. You have a blessed day. We out of here. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut.